All right, guys, I have one very serious and important question. Come closer. How are the prices of eggs? How are the egg prices? Are we doing better? Was it worth the investment? Was it worth the investment? This is now the end of Q1. We're entering Q2. How did we utilize our resources in Q1? How great is it? Is it better? How's your 401k? How's the stock market doing? Have you been reading up on that? How's the global economy doing? How are countries with nuclear weapons doing right now? Are they getting along? If there's one thing that I hope that we take from this experience is that we need to listen to Black women. We need to believe Black women. And you know what I love about Black people? Is that our ancestors didn't grow up with think pieces on the state of the world. They didn't grow up with reading and writing the way the West really values these things. Our ancestors grew up with information obtained from observation. Our senses, our 5 senses, is how we gather information, and we communicate via symbols. This is why when Black people see each other, it's because there is an unspoken understanding of truth. And when something is understood, it does not need to be explained. We didn't have to be proven that we would be here. We already inherently knew. We could feel it. We could sense it. But some of you didn't get the memo. And some of you thought you were smarter. Are you still smarter? Racism is a very expensive delicacy that is not for the poor to indulge in. Do you understand? Racism is not something poor people can afford. Because whenever things get heated at the top, the ones that are at the bottom are the ones that get stepped on first. And this is something that who understands? This is something who understands very well? Black women. Yes, Black women understand that. You know why? Because we are at the very bottom of that system that was created that puts people in categories and tells them, what their worth is based on their DNA. Black females. So when we're telling you things, it's because we have observed how things go. You see, the person with the least power in any room that you're in is always the person with the most data, with the most accurate information, because the people that are in power are in their ego, and ego clouds judgment. This is why a lot of the work that we do in astrology with regards to using our astrology natal chart for healing is about understanding our ego, about understanding ourselves, and about understanding how our ego shows up, not just in relationship with ourselves, but also with other people and our understanding of the world, and how that framework is affected by our perception of ourselves. Racism is a disease. If there were multicultural groups in charge of the DSM, which is a document that we utilize to categorize mental health symptoms, racism would be in there because it is illogical. People would literally destroy themselves for the sake of feeling more important than other people. It is a mental illness. And that's all fine and dandy, but I think there are other mental illnesses that are a lot less costly, like anxiety, depression. Get yourself some OCD, But racism, when you're poor, it's not for you because it's always going to do you in. Okay, so here we are, Q2. How are the egg prices? How are they? How is the economy? Is America a better business? Are we making money? Is it booming? Or is there a financial crisis looming? All this while we're reorganizing our educational system and making it harder for our kids to actually be smarter than us. Think about it. Can you afford to be a racist? This is really the lesson that Pluto in Aquarius is bringing us. Can you afford it? Do you have the means to exclude everyone who is not of your color from your life and still have a successful life? Can you afford that? I've tried really hard not to talk about this since the results of the election. I kind of went into a hole to get myself together before coming out, which is me being out. Hi, I'm back. But I wanted you to know that I am intentionally doing this because Pluto in Aquarius is about vibration. It's about electricity. It's about energy. That's what Aquarius represents. Experimentation, science, energy, vibration, frequency. Frequency control is going to be a huge thing over the next 20 years. So you have to be very choosy about what frequency you want to tune in. And me personally, as a Sagittarius, I like to be positive. I like positivity. I enjoy experiences that feel good and that bring good vibes. And what's happening right now, a lot of it is not good vibes. And even though I am positive and I like to be fair and balanced, and I don't want to be one of those people that gets into this negative void where it's just all bad because it's not who we wanted. I don't want to be that person. I want to be grounded. I want to be stable. I want to be able to look at things objectively. And to do that, I have to take my feelings out of it. This is why I'm asking you guys, what is the data showing us about the prices of eggs? What is the data showing us about the economy right now? What are we gaining as a result of this decision? We decided that we're going to do the racist thing because obviously an overqualified Black woman got there because she had to work twice as hard to get there because it's not like the world is rolling out the red carpet for Black women. So we decided we didn't want her. We wanted something else. That's what we decided. So we chose it. So now that we chose it, how is it going? Are we happy? How is our sleep? When Sleepy Joe was in charge, how are you sleeping? How are you sleeping now? How's your stress level? Are you excited every day when you wake up to be alive? Or are you like on the edge of your seat, just waiting for something traumatic, more traumatic than the last thing, to pop up on your feed? You know, one thing about Black women is that we have always been on the right side of history. Always. Black Lives Matter started by a Black queer woman. It wasn't even about queerness. It was about fairness. Black women know what it's like to be treated unfairly. So we really value fairness because more often than not, we are the recipients of unfair behavior from others. So when we see another Black woman get to that kind of level, we know she is an alchemist. We know she's resilient. We know she's crafty. We know she's smart. And that's why we chose her. It wasn't because of the color of her skin. We couldn't care less that she was Indian. It was because we knew she was going to be competent. So, this is the last time I'm going to be having this conversation here, but I wanted you to know that it is intentional because I want my frequency to be in harmony with the vibe that I want to manifest in my life, and that's love, and that's joy, that's abundance, that's health, that's healing. And what's happening right now does not align with that, so I'm tuning out. Additionally, take this as a reminder to check your financial status before you decide whether racism is something you can afford. You know what the rich are doing when the stock market is crashing? They're purchasing high value equity at a lower prices because they know they're going to get their return once the stock market is back to normal. You know what poor people do when the stock market is crashing? There is no gain when you're poor, when the stock market is crashing. There's none. So making decisions from a feeling of superiority when you have no financial standing to get yourself out of a hole is not smart. Let's hope we learn that being smart is better than being full of ourselves. You can book your astrology reading at intuitivehealing.com.
You can also watch videos at Intuitive Healing here on YouTube for Astrology 101 content. Listen to the Aquarius podcast on Spotify, as well as here on YouTube for your horoscope. If you're interested in astrology and love connections, you can visit at Styled Under Libra. And of course, for health and wellness and holistic healing, visit at Styled Under Virgo for all of your astrology content. Thanks so much for watching.